Igomian, first comment. That's quite funny. How are you doing? How was your day? Good evening, everyone. Good evening. My day was okay. Let me just say okay. Let me not say more than that. Let me just say okay. So let's say my day was okay. Good evening, Ebon. Is it Ebon? All right, so let's. Are we going to team up for next week task? Wow. No, you're not going to be teaming up for next week task. No, and there will be no team ups. No team ups. All right. Yeah, please start dropping your questions so that we can get started and I can know this is the end of the week. So I think everyone should have been able to complete um the task for the week. So if you have not completed yours, please try to work on it. I don't know if the deadline has passed or not, but then please if you have not completed your task, please just try to go over it. And if you have any questions, something you still don't understand yet, please ask your questions. Something that I can explain better. So just ask your questions. How has the experience been abroad? How does the dashboard look like? Okay. How has your experience been abroad design? Yeah, so wow, you don't understand the task. What task don't you understand? What do you mean? Um Thelma, just watch the video. I don't watch the original video, the resource video. It's there. How to get these icons and how to duplicate it and how to copy icons from it. It was taught in that video. Someone talking about my experience as a product designer. Well, it's been great, nice, fun, thrilling, challenging. Well, it's been a lot actually. There's just a lot to it. You learn, you find out new things, you try challenge your brain, you see things differently, you task your brain, you try to be creative about things. It's just a whole lot, like a whole lot of different things you get exposed to, you get to try out. So Precious, I don't quite understand what you are saying. So if you can message me on Slack or send a message to your channel and tag me, I'll better see it and understand. So Precious, please try to do that. Raufu, I should explain on alerts and notifications. I've been explaining on alerts and notifications since Tuesday now or Monday. I'm explaining on alerts and notifications. I'm not going to explain on alerts and notifications. Watch Wednesday's video, like my product design office hours on Wednesday. Watch the video. You're going to get the explanation on alerts and notifications from there. I've explained input field. Most of all these things I've explained them. Someone says throw light on variant and component. Okay. The resource video was recorded from the old Figma and the updated one is different. What do you mean old Figma and the updated one is different? When did they update Figma? Figma has not been updated like all right, so someone says okay, I talked about alert and notification. Please revert. Okay, you said okay, all right. So I'm sure you got that. And someone said I should explain input field. I explained input field. Please check product design office hours with Lloyd on Wednesday. There's input field there. I worked on input field that day and I explained different type of input field you could actually make. So please revert back to that and work with that. Then say instead of this YouTube live class, why not share the link to the actual Zoom for us to join, then upload to YouTube later so that people that miss it can access it. You're sounding a bit muffled. Sorry about that. That's probably the network. The reason that won't be possible is because a lot of people could actually join YouTube and Zoom has limits. So that's one way with it. All right. Mary said you create one color style, but calculus said the colors we use for our alert and notification should be what we've created in our color styles. Yeah, if you're doing alert and doing notifications, well, you could actually create color styles for alert and notifications, you know. So if you're using orange for a notification or alert, you could actually create the color styles you will use for alert and notifications. Or star rating. I'm sorry, I won't be going through alert and notifications again. I've gone through that already, and I won't be going through that again. I went through that like office hours on Wednesday, so I've gone through that already. I went through it twice that day. I explained it twice, so it's actually it's gonna be tasking to go over it again because See it here. I explained it. I even showed how to create this, something like this. Then I explained it again. So I've done that already. All right. So, what other question? Somebody said I should explain something that I thought I wanted to explain. Okay, like I show more light on variants and components. That's Thelma. I should explain variants and components. All right, so is it what should we use now? Variants and components. All right, I'm just going to use something like a drop down. I don't know how to explain to you, but then I'm just going to use maybe a button or a drop down. Let me use a drop down for you so you understand. Or we should use a drop down. Let me use a drop down. Yes, let me use a drop down. Okay, I'm going to use a drop down. Say all right. So let's do this. Okay, so if I say select states, you can use styler for typography. I did that yesterday. Check yesterday's video, like Office Hours with Law yesterday. I use styler for the typography. So please just check it. Just check it. Someone said the resource from old Figma. What do you mean by old Figma? I mean the resources were just made couple of months ago, just like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, like 2 months ago, roughly 2 months ago. So if you say it is from old Figma, I'm trying to understand what is old Figma. What do you mean by old Figma? Please try to explain better so I can understand. All right, so Precious, check yesterday's video. Check yesterday's video. I explained how to use typography for how to use styler for typography. So please check yesterday's video. All right, so I'm just going to try to explain components and variants with this. So I'm going to be creating a drop down, whatever, something like that. All right, so I'm going to be using maybe material or any icon. So let me share one. The features are different now. Not so many features are different now. Like, to be honest, not so many features are different. When you tell me features are different, I'm trying to think what feature do you mean is different? Because I mean it's Figma, and I just don't understand when you say the features are different. What features are different? Yeah, they made some new changes to some things, but then it's still the same one. Learn the basic ones first. Learn with the one that you know. Okay, the UI might be different. I think some things in the UI have changed. Maybe the way auto layout works and all these stuff. But then just try to understand the concept. When you understand the concept, you'll be able to use the tool. So, and then that's why we have live classes. If there are things you don't understand and you feel like you have issues with, just instead of saying that maybe like the resources are old videos, state your problem exactly, like state what you have problem with, then let's explain it to you. So that's the only way that can work. All right. So all right. So yeah, today I said I was going to show how to use all of these. So let me see. Do I need any components in what I want to create? Let me see. Let me think. Component and variant. So let's try to use component variant. Let me see. Let me see. Do we need this? So enter the variant. Then what do I need? Then okay. So phone number, please. All right. So what I'm just going to use is I'm going to try to. I don't know if I should use input field. Okay, let me just use the drop down, like I said. I think that would be better. All right. So I'm just going to use this drop down, like I said. So I'm going to select this and auto layout it. So when I auto layout it, I'm going to put a space around it. Left padding, right padding, top padding, bottom padding, 8. Then I'm going to put a stroke so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to round the corners. All right, so I have this now already. The space between it is 10. I'm going to make it 8. That's the space here. I'm going to make it 8. Press enter. It's going to shift inside. All right, this one is semi-bold. I like it as a semi-bold. So from this now, I can select state. So if I do a drop down like this, and I do something like hold on to, I think this is fine. So I'm going to do something like this. Then I'm going to duplicate this. So I'm going to hide the icons. Going to hide the icons. So when I hide the icons, I'm just going to write something. Let's say I'm going to put fixed with let me not put fixed width. Let's just do it normally. So I'm going to say Abia Adamawa Oshun Lagos. All right, so I'm using a code. I use Rivers and Kuala. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to select all of this listed here. I'm going to auto layout them. There's space between them. I'll remove the spacing between them, make it 0. So when I remove the space between them, see what happens. Everything compresses. So all I need is I need this to come out because this is a frame. This is like a stroke on its own. Let me put a stroke. So it's what I'm doing. So I need all of this to be this way. So then I select everything inside. I select everything inside this. I select everything inside. Then I click on fill container. I think maybe in the videos that you have now, fill container may be somewhere here, maybe under auto layout here. But now it is up here. So I'll just click on fill container. What you need, what the most important thing is to know where like, oh, this is what I need, this is what I'm looking for. And then you look for where you can find it. So I did fill container. So everything is filling the container. So no matter if I drag the container, it's going to be filling the container. It's going to be filling the container. So before they were on org content, they're on org contents. If I drag this, nothing will happen, nothing will happen. But because I did, okay, so because I did fill container, they will fill the container. All right, so what I need to do now is round the corners here too. So I'm just going to round the corner so it's perfect, something like that. I think it's round it too much. So I think this is 18. Let's see, 18, 30. All right. So this is 18. 18 is perfect. I think self should work, but I think 18 is perfect for now. All right. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to remove this the stroke inside. So I'm going to click enter, remove the stroke inside. Yeah, so I have this. All right, so having this now, I'm just going to say, okay, I'm going to make this as long as this. So I'll make it as short as it's anyone I want. All right, so something like this. All right. All right, so yeah, same. All right, so I'm going to do Shift A. So I've auto laid out the two of them. I've put auto layout on the two of them. All right, so what I'm going to do next is, let me just bring this out. I'm going to create a new frame, put it inside a new frame. So that the reason is because I want to type that frame alone. So I don't want it to be getting in the way. All right, so I put this here. All right, fine. So we have this. Then I can make this a component. So if I want to make this a component, I just click on the component icon here. Then it is already a component. I want to make a variant. I'll click on this plus, or you can click on plus. There should be one plus here, underneath here or somewhere. Then you click on plus, this plus here. You can click on this plus here to make a variant. So this is the variant. All right, so let me just bring it out so we can see it very well. In our horizontal. Yep, I'm not saying it. All right, so this is the variant of it. So because this is the variant, what I want to do now is I want to this is going to be long. I wish it's not this long. Okay, so let's reduce this. I'm going to reduce this so it doesn't get this long. Can delete. All right, so we have Abia. Okay, so I deleted all of this. Sorry. All right, so all right, so you can click more. All right, so what we have here is we need to have an off state. So we have Abia, Umuahia. So when I click on Abia, I want Abia to show here. So what I'm going to type here is I'm going to make this fixed. It's on all content. I'm going to make it fixed with or field container anyone. So let me just put field container. So I'm just going to write here. Okay. I'll also click on this and make it what do you call it? Space between. So I'll make it space in between. So there's space in between it. All right, so that when I change this to Abia, it's going to stay on the left side. If I didn't change it, if I didn't change the space in between and it's on the left, it's on packed, this is what will happen. My drop down will jump here. But then this is a long story. So, but instead of doing this for every of the variants, I can just do it for the general one. Can just do it for the general one. Let me just see. This is still field container. All right. So I just click on the general one and make this field container. Then make it space in between, like I said. So all these ones too should have the same thing. Okay, they don't. So I'm just going to redo it. Or I can just say what is it now? Okay, this one's not resetting, so there's no way to reset it back to the original. All right, so what I'm going to do now is also make this space in between, put X, then field container, yes. So when I write Abia is going to stay on the left. So then this one I'll write Adamawa, see what happens. So I need to change it first. I would click on space in between, then also make it field container. So when I type Adamawa, it's going to do normally. Okay, so Adamawa. All right, cool. So we need one more for Oshun and Kwara. So Oshun, Kwara, then the last date. So you see it's very long now. I could actually put them side by side, right, left, but then let me try. Let me see if I can do that. Sometimes these things get tricky, so. May look very far, but when I'm done arranging it, don't worry. It's not going to look really far anymore. All right, so I'm just going to do this, then do this. All right, great. So this I can see. All right, so distribute horizontal spacing, good, great. All right, so we have this now. So this will be better for us to work with and go through. All right, so this is Abia, this is Adamawa, this so everything else is changing to Adamawa. We don't want that. Let me see, variant 4. Adamawa, no. We want it to be Oshun. We want this to be Kwara. And we want this to be select state. All right, so I'm explaining variants now. Is anyone still with me? Can you hear me? Because I'm not seeing anybody dropping any message, any comments. So please, if you can hear me, let me know you can hear me. If you can see what I'm doing, let me know you can see what I'm doing. So all right, thanks. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to just hide this here. This one, when I click on this, I come to this left side and I click on this eye icon. I come to click on this eye icon, like the eye icon. So I click on the eye icon, I close it, I close the eye. So this gets hidden here. Then this is the only one that's left. All right, so when we click on this drop down, when we click on this drop down and it's dropping down like this, I want this to face up. So I'm going to put up. All right. So and click on this drop down. If you click on Abia, I want it to go to Abia. So I just prototype it. These are all variants. So these are components. This is a component frame. This frame is a component. Let me just make it drop down. So this is drop down component, and we have all these variants inside. So we have this state, which is the drop down state, dropped down state. We have this as the Abia. Then we have this as Adamawa. Then we have this as Oshun. I can rename it to Oshun. Yeah. Oshun. Then we have this as Kwara. All right, so this is Kwara. So this is a component, right? This is a component. It has all these variants inside. So these are all variants of this component. If I create a button, where is it now? If I create a button, if I create a button like this and I put the layout, put a stroke so you can see what I'm doing. This is my button. Let me put fill. So if this is my button, if I make this button a component and I start creating a variant, these are variants. Now, this is a component. This is a button component. Name this a button. This is a button component. It has variants inside. It has this variant. Say, and then so what is inside the blue. All right, so these are variants. Could do stroke. All right, so these are all variants of this button component. This is a button component where it has these variants inside. So these variants can be called different names. This could be my solid button. I could actually say this is subtle button. I could actually say this is outline button. So anyone. All right, so moving back to this, so we have a button component and we have a drop-down component. So these are all components, but they have different variants inside. All right, so the way this works, all these variants inside is, if I want to use this now, why am I creating so many like this? Just to show the developer the way this is going to work. So what I'm going to do is, I can create this and say, okay, so when I hover on this, or when I click on this, it should show, well, there's a lot I can actually do there, but let's take one step at a time. So when I click on this, it should go to this Abia. All right, so I'm just going to go to prototype. I'm going to click on this Abia. When I move it here, it should go to this. So I'm just going to prototype it to this and say on click, change to, and I'm going to put maybe smart animate. I could actually say maybe gently. Gentle is 800, so that's slow. All right, so let's just see gentle. Then if I click on Adamawa, I want it to go to Adamawa. I move this to Adamawa. If I click on Oshun, I want it to go to Oshun. I move it to Oshun. Kwara, I want to go to Kwara. So I do the same thing for all of these inside here. So I move Abia to, this is Abia already. Then I move this to Adamawa. I move this to Oshun. I move this to Kwara. All right, I click on Abia, move this to Abia here, move this to, this is Adamawa already, move this to Oshun, move this to Kwara, move this here to Kwara, this is Oshun, move this to Adamawa, move this to Abia. All right, so if I click on this select state, I want it to go here and do this and hide like this. So then if I also click on this one, I want it to go back to this one. I wanted to show all the components inside like this. So all right, so I think we're good to go. So if I click on any of these two, maybe if I wanted all of this to hide too, I'll do the same thing. So, but we're not doing any of that. So I just want, when I click, it should do something. All right, so that's what I'm going to be doing. All right, so let's test this out. So this is our main component. This is the component we'll be using now. So I'll just this one out, Control C and place it here, Control V. So when I place it here, let me move it to the center. I'm going to zoom in, don't worry. So I'm zooming in now so we can see. So this is at the center. Yep, this is at the center. So if I play this now, wait, let me put this to center. All right, so it doesn't, let me make it big so that when we see it, we can make it big. Good, so I'm going to play this frame alone. Play it. All right, so if you can see me and you're here, so this is what we have now. So we have this is select state. So if you click on this drop down, see it brings this down. And let me see. I don't know why it's going up, but then okay, because I'm aligning it in center. Okay, I know why. All right, so let me just change the alignment from being at the center left. So let's do that again and do restart. See. So this is not the center. All right, so let's say task should be at center. I want you to exactly. Let's just do it like this. So after prototyping everything, since they are all on click, when I click on this, it changes. You see it changes. Then Abia shows, Adamawa or Shum and everything shows. If I click on Abia, see this changes to Abia. This changes to Abia. And when I click on this, nothing happens. So if I want this to change to Abia, all of this should disappear, which is the way it's supposed to work normally. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to say, so when I click on Abia, it should change to this and should hide. This should disappear. Okay, let's duplicate this and say, let's duplicate this. All right, so this is under Abia. Okay, so I'm just going to use this one to explain the Abia one. I'm not going to do it for the rest. So I'm going to hide this. I can hide for the other one with the eye icon. Hide it. See, this has changed now. So I'm going to do Ctrl Z, make this fixed width, then hide this now. So you see, it keeps that width. All right, so I do. This would be up. All right. So when I click on this, when I click on Abia, so everything that is Abia now will change it. I'm going to click on prototype. So everywhere we are clicking on Abia to go to Abia, we're going to make it go to this instead. So it's going to be going to this instead. So anywhere there's Abia now, instead of taking it to the first one, I'm taking it to this one. Sorry, don't be confused. If you're getting confused, just let me know. I'm just rearranging it. So you will see what I'm saying now. Well, this is not supposed to be what I'm supposed to be showing you now, since you've still be taught this in interaction design, but then someone asked for component, and that's why I'm just explaining this. So I click on Abia. This wasn't mapped before. Strange. All right, so this goes to Abia. So when you click on Abia, the drop down, then we map it and say you should come and show us this drop down here. So that's just really going to work. And if I click on this, just take it here so that it hides back. All right, so it's just linking everything together the way it's supposed to work. All right, so if I click on Abia now, this disappears. If I click this back, it shows. This disappears, it shows. And you know, before it was select state that we had before. So there should be a way to go back to that select state. I didn't put that in, but if I click on Adamawa, see changes to Adamawa. If I click on Osun, it changes to Osun. If I click on Kwara, it changes to it changes to Kwara. So when I click on Abia, see changes to Abia. If I click drop down, it shows you can change to Adamawa. So every time I click on a new state, it's supposed to disappear, just like it did for Abia, like this. But because I did not include all of those singular, like one by one, like that, it is not going to do it. So depends on what you want to achieve. And the other things he lost. All right, so it depends on what you want to achieve. Also, button, I could actually say maybe if this button are here, I want to create maybe a variant of this button. Let me do something like this. So I want to create a variant, create a variant of this button. I want to bring to this side. So I want this to be when on over, what happens? Maybe I want this button to be lighter or to be darker. So I can just make it darker on over. Just say this is on over. And maybe duplicate this again. Come on now. Unpressed. This is unpressed. Okay, we don't need disabled. Control Z. We don't need disabled. So let's say unpressed. This is on over. Unpressed. I want it to maybe just change, or I want something crazy to happen when I press it. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just say prototype this, just like we were doing before. These are the button variants. These are all the other variants. These are also variants, but I want this variant to serve as maybe the state of the button, over state, pressed state, anyone. So I can click on this and say design prototype. When I click on this and I drag it here, I will say it should change to this smart animate. Yeah, smart animate gen 2. So on click, but I'm going to change on click to while hovering. So it's going to change while hovering. So it only happen when I'm hovering it. Then when I click on it, I want this to show. So when I click on it, I want this to show. So on click, it should show this. On over, it should show this. On click, it should show this. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's just try that and see. So if I play this now, let me put the button beside it. So copy the button, Ctrl C, and place the button here, Ctrl V. Change the button to something like select or approve. All right, so if we go back to our page now, is here. So you see, if I over, it's changing to that color, it changes to that dark blue color. It's changing. Just look at it very well, it's changing. And then do Z. All right, so see, it's changing. It's changing. This also works. And this is changing. If I click on it, okay, I need to make it that, where is it now? Okay, so instead of, going to make this one to be on click. So when I click this one, it goes to this. All right, so yeah, on click, it goes to this. And when I click this, it goes back to this. So it depends on how you want to use your button. So if we go back here now, I over on it changes to this dark one. It changes to this dark one. Then when I click on it, it changes to this white one because it's on click now, right? It's on click, it changes to this dark one. Then when I click back on this one, it goes back to the, why is my approve looking like a wrong? All right, so I'm not really showing prototype, I'm just showing variants and components, but then it's just like it's like I'm showing prototyping because I'm just showing you how variants work together inside a component. So inside a component. Normally a component is just to help you make your work easier. You can actually use your components in different places. So just like if I start working on this design now, I have my component. So this could be my form component, just or input field. Let's put input. Input. Then I'll put this on the button. All right, so I'm putting a button on. All right. So these are my input field. These are the variants. This is my input field component, but it has all these variants inside. And each of the variant has the work they do. So if I prototype this for you now, if I play this for you, if I click on this is what happens. That's what I set it to do. I set it that, okay, if I click on this, it should show this, then it should show the text inside. And that's exactly what happens. So if I click back, it shows the name. So when I click on it, it shows name. The person should type their name. When they type their name, that's all. So just like normal form. So that's how your variants work together. So just to help you make your work easier and faster inside a component. So you have a component where you can copy and use in your project and everything. Whatever you're doing in the component affects everywhere else. So if I round the corner of this now, on Ctrl Z. If I round this corner now, if you notice, this is also rounding corner. This has changed to a rounded corner. I don't know if you can see this very well. Okay, so this has changed to a rounded corner now because I changed it here to a rounded corner. So everywhere it changes to a rounded corner. Let me use button for example. So if I use my button, if I change my button to a box C, see it changes to box. It changes on this one to box. So if I want a round corner, I change the round corner. So that's the benefit of using components. That's what your components are meant to be used for. So that's about components. Hopefully to help you in your design moving forward. So if you have any other questions, I explained input field already. People that were asking, I explained input field already. Check day before yesterday's video. That's Wednesday's video. I explained input field. I explained notifications and alerts. I explained typography. I even explained typography yesterday too. So please I explained spacing. Practically, I've explained everything you need to do your assignment. So please just check them out. So does anyone have any questions? Any more questions they want to ask? Anything they want me to explain that I've not explained before? Can anyone hear me? Can everyone hear me? Please, if you can hear me, let me know. You can hear me. Library task. Icons have a press date. Can I show you an example? Well, okay. That mostly works in mobile design. So I'm just going to use this to explain to you. Where is it now? I think I have this already. What did I just do? Okay. All right. So no cause for alarm. Yeah, there's cause for alarm. Definitely cause for alarm. Wait, this is this is task. And this is page task. Interview. I can't explain with 5 tasks. We've not even entered with 4. I can't explain with 5 tasks. Sorry, Lily. Sorry, I can't explain with 5 tasks. I can only explain with 4, and with 4 safe is something. Or I don't think I can explain with 5 tasks. All right, so let me see. Interaction design. All right, so we have it here. Why am I having 2 pages? All right, so I'm just going to show you this. Where is it now? All right, so this is it. So I made this when I was teaching prototyping and the likes. This is mainly for mobile. You use mobile for, like, you use this for mobile majorly, and that's what I used when I was teaching. You're going to see it again when you start the task. So something like this, like use it on your mobile screens. So the way they work is, I think, did I prototype it? Let me see if I prototype it so I can just show you. Nope, didn't prototype it. All right, so yeah, I didn't prototype it, but I named it. Yeah, home transactions. Yeah. So the way the work is, let me just show you with this one, whichever one. All right, so see more, cancel. All right, so I'm just going to show you this way. All right, so this is home. This is home. It is filled. You see it here and everything. I want another one. I'm going to click on transactions. So if I click on transaction, obviously it also change to transactions. That's how you know, okay, like the states. But then this has not been prototyped, so I'm just going to quickly do that so I can show you. So I'm just going to do from this, when I click on transactions, it should go to transactions. When I click on cards, it should go to cards. When I click on settings, it should go to settings. When I click on cards, go to cards. When I click on cards, go to cards. When I click on settings, go to settings. When I click on settings, go to settings. All right, so this is instant. Let me do smart animate. Wow. Everything smart animate. Everything smart animate. I like smart animate because it puts an animation to it. It doesn't make it just jump like pew. It doesn't make it jump. It just puts an animation, make it slow, smooth, sleek, the likes, blah blah blah. Home goes to home. Then what else? Transaction goes to transaction. Home goes to home. All right, so home goes to home. So these are all, you see that these icons are, they are in the field states. It's only if you can hear me, please let me know you can hear me. I can explain week 5 task to you next week. But week five task is a UX task, and you need to understand it. You need to watch the video and the resource. As if you had to watch the video and the resources down, you can tell me, like, okay, I would know, okay, you watch them. So, but you need to watch the video and the resources first before you understand it, before you move forward. So something like that. That's why I can't explain it now. You need to watch the video first. So cards. All right, so I think everything is prototyped now. If there's an issue error in prototyping, we would see it. All right, we'll see it in the prototype. So when I go back to Anson, so when I click on transaction, this changes to transaction. Just watch it. Don't worry about what is up here, what is here. And when I click on transaction, this changes to transaction. When I click on cards, this changes to card. When I click on settings, this changes to settings. When I click on see, you can see the way it is smoothly changing. Then if I click on transaction, if I click on home. So something like that. So that's just the way it works. So these are the icons, have pressed it, they have, this is what it means, this is what it signifies. So I hope you understand from there. So yep. Week 4. Okay, week 4, can I explain week 4? Week 4 is about the library, right? Library task, right? So let me check. Week 4, week 4, week 4. All right, so week 4 task says week 4 task is user research, right? Yeah, that's the same thing. You have to actually wait for you have to watch the video before you have to watch the video before you can say you attempt the task. It's not something I can explain now. Wait, let's get to week 4. Let's get to week 3 first. Because you need to watch these videos, especially the videos the main resource. You need to watch it and understand it. That's when you'll be able to know okay what user research is all about, how to go about it. So Lily, please try to watch the video. And then if you don't understand and you've watched the video, then it's okay, you don't understand, you've watched the video. But then try to watch the video first. User research is something that is big and large. And so I'm so sure some people. Week 4 is the library task. What I'm seeing here is week 4 is the user research task. But I'm going to check again. Oh, okay. The library task is a mini project, though. It's not maybe week 4, week 3. Oh, okay, I get it now. It's a mini project actually. It's just like a project to do just to sharpen your ends. It's a mini project. Oh, okay. I understand now. All right, okay. I get you. All right. Yeah, I got that now. All right, so no problem. No problem. So mini project. Well, I think it's actually explanatory. All you need to do is check in your libraries. Different libraries that there can be. There are actually international libraries, different libraries everywhere. Libraries are actually very interesting and cool. So you design a landing page for the library, a login page for the library. People should be able to log in into the library and maybe like access the library. They should be able to register and log in. They should be able to see different books, different categories of books, details about the books. Just search online about libraries. You'll actually find some other library websites online. See the way they work, study them, then see how you can improve them and try to make your own too. And follow all the details that the task says you should follow. Can anyone else hear me? Can anyone else hear me? Okay, so what I'm saying in essence is that just try to check for university libraries online. What you need to do is just design a landing page. That's like the home page of a website, of a library website. Then design the login page and the sign up page. Then design a dashboard. Somebody said I should show what the dashboard looks like. Okay, I'm going to be showing you what the dashboard looks like. What should I even use? What should I use as a dashboard like that? Most dashboards might not look fine, but then just going to show you one. You can actually check for inspiration on Dribbble. So maybe let me just see what I can show you now. So you can check for inspiration on Dribbble. Okay, so I'm sure you can see my screen now. All right, so I'm going to say Dribbble. Dashboard. So this person has dashboard. So I'm following him. Let me just see dashboard. Let me see. Dark mode. This is a dark mode. That could be light mode. Let me see. All right, so this dashboard, yeah. This is a dashboard. Though this one is crypto and fintech, but then this is a dashboard. So a dashboard looks like. If you don't know what a dashboard looks like, this is a dashboard. This is a landing page. So let me go to lapa.ninja. Let me look for library website. So I don't know if there'll be library website here, but it should be maybe educational. So let me see here, library. No library, but there should be education. So let's just go for education. All right, so this is for education. So these are all examples of landing pages. I don't know which one to show. So you won't think that you are actually forced to do something like this. Let me just check for you on a library online. Marvelous. To look for websites, okay, to look for pictures and illustrations, try to check on Splash for pictures and illustrations. Yeah, you can get illustrations from anywhere. There are different places you can get illustrations from. So if you just have to know if the sites are sites that you will go to and they have illustrations. If you go to Freepik, there's Freepik. You can get pictures and illustrations there. So Freepik. Freepik. If you go here, you would see they have illustrations, they have pictures, photos. So whatever you want, you definitely get it there. There are other websites too. There's on Splash, there are different ones. So if you go there, you can actually get free illustrations and images that you need and use them. And you don't have to credit them. You won't be penalized. So something like that. All right, so moving forward. All right, so digital library, global library. I'm trying to check it for a library website so we can use it. Okay, so this one library, open library. All right, so this is open library. I don't think I like this. Let me not use that so that you won't feel like you have to use that. All right, so this lists out different libraries you can access and use. So let me see, your public library. Different library websites. I think let's try this one. All right, so this is their own website. These are all weird websites. But then let me see if I can get a good one to send. Okay, this one might be nice. Let's try it. Not really. No, man. All right, so just trying to get a library that is nice that you can easily use. All right, so this one is cool. I think it's full screen, so I don't like the idea of the way it looks. But then you can always check for different places for different libraries. If you search online like libraries, you will see different library websites. Study them, go through them, check the way they work, and from there you'll be able to know how to structure your own. So this is one also. Okay, so this one is cool. So they have news and events. They have download the new app, and they have. I think it's not downloading. So when it's downloading, maybe we should check it when it's downloading. So this is a landing page. This is a landing page. This is a website. This is a landing page. This here is a landing page. This is the landing page. Your landing page doesn't have to look like this. There are different types of landing pages. So please check first before you start designing. So you don't have to do something that looks exactly like this. So check first. Then also let me see. This is a landing page and this is a dashboard. So this is the dashboard. This is what a dashboard looks like. This is what a dashboard looks like. See, yeah, this is what a dashboard looks like. So, and this is what a landing page looks like. This is a landing page. Even if I open from Lapa.Ninja, I don't have any library website here. I would have shown you, but let me show you this one. All right, so this is a landing page. This here is a landing page. So you see, these are landing pages look like. If I open this in my website browser, you will see the way to open now. All right, so this is the website. You see, learn coding, learn UI UX coding, blah, 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 and you see. So your library website doesn't have to like. You just have to think. Study other library websites, but then design them very well. Design them. Let it be clean. Let the design be clean. Don't let it be. Most library websites you will see, they will look like this. They will be jumbled together like this. So you don't have to do something like this. Make yours clean. Make it clean and neat, and think about it very well. So, good luck, everyone. Time is up already. Good luck, everyone, and see you next week. So have a good night, rest, have a great weekend, enjoy yourself, and have fun. So bye everyone.